Welcome. Tax planning, proactive or procrastinate. It's Tax Tip Tuesday on Thursday this week with me, Christine Walters. Um, it's kind of an okayish day outside. I have to have my doors and windows open because the restoration people have apparently put heaters in my house to dry out my frozen pipe situation, so it's incredibly hot in here. Anyway, tax planning and tax preparation should never be an afterthought for anybody, despite how much you might hate dealing with it. For those of you that really despite dealing with your taxes, stick around till the end of this live. I'm going to be sharing a special announcement with you. Whether you do your taxes yourself or you hire a professional, getting the best result is something you should be thinking about all year long, not just in March and April. I'm sure all of you at some point have tried to reach out to an accountant in the month of April, only to feel underwhelmed by the accountant's response. For most of us, it's not that we don't care, it's just that we just don't have the time to get into all the nitty-gritty details to be able to best serve you. So to get the best value from your accountant, you should schedule a call in the late summer or the fall when we generally have lots of free time, and we can then get into all the nitty-gritty details and can answer all of your questions in great detail and go over scenarios and analysis and what ifs and all of that good stuff. But for right now, to be better prepared for this year's taxes, here's a couple of things that you can do to prepare. First, gather up and store all of your tax-related documents in one place: an envelope, a file folder, Google Drive, box, whatever works for you. Usually, us accountants, we can work with whatever system you have. You just need to have some sort of system. If you're changing tax professionals this year, make sure that you have a full copy of last year's tax return to give to your accountant. We can see a lot of information on CRA, but we can't see into the details. So by having that full copy of last year's tax return, it will give them a clear understanding of your previous year's situation and help them ask the right questions to make sure that we get you the best bottom line for this year. 3, make a list of all the changes or out of the ordinary things that happened during the year. Did you move? Did you have a baby? Did you get married, separated, or divorced? Did you buy or sell a house? Did your kids go to university, or did you go to university? Did you or a family member have a major health situation? Did you get a new job or retire? Did a family member pass away? Sometimes these events can have an impact on your taxes, and it's important to share this with your tax professional so that we can make sure that you get every deduction, every credit, and every benefit that you're entitled to. For those of you that are self-employed, make sure that you summarize all of your possible expenses. If you don't know what your possible expenses are, let's have that conversation now. Start talking to your accountant now as opposed to the end of April. For those of you that have paid money to CRA before April 30th, make sure you provide your tax preparer with those details of those payments. Quite often, especially with installments, those payments are misclassified by CRA, and we as tax professionals, we can't request that money be moved from A to B on behalf of a personal taxpayer. Only you guys can do that. And lastly, start sooner rather than later. April 30th, trust me, creeps up really, really fast, especially this year because April 30th is going to fall on a Saturday. Now for that special announcement. So I urge you to stay tuned to my page early next week. I'm announcing a special event that will help you with this year's tax journey. So stick around early next week or check out my page early next week to see that announcement. Thanks for listening to my Tax Tips Tuesday on Thursday this week due to my, household technical challenges. Come back next week on Tuesday at 3 p.m. for another tip, and we'll chat some more then.